Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Nasrul Hafizi bin Muhammad Elmi. My metric number is 11 DKA 19F 1032.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Rizwan bin Mansur from DKA 4A. Matrix number is 11 DKA 19F1041.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hazim bin Hanizam from class DKA 4A and my matrix number is 11 DKA 19F1029.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Syafiqah binti Abdul Ghani and my matric number is 11 DKA 19F1035. So now I will present about procedure and simulation step by step. So introduction of penetration test of bitumen is the residue or byproduct obtained by the refining of crude petroleum. A wide variety of refining techniques and light straight distillation technique, solvent extraction technique, and etc. are used to process bitumen of different consistency and other desirable properties. Depending on the origin and other characteristics of the crude oils and property of bitumen liquid, more than a processing method may be employed. The type of construction decide the type of bitumen needs to be used, but in general, good bitumen should have following properties. Number 1. Temperature susceptibility of bitumen. The bitumen mix should not become too soft or unstable during hot water and not become too brittle during cold water. Number 2. Viscosity of the bitumen. Like the time of mixing and compaction should be adequate. This can be managed by the use of cutback or emulsion of suitable grades or heating the bitumen and aggregates prior to mixing. Number 3. Affinity and addition of bitumen. There should be adequate affinity and addition between the bitumen and aggregates used in the mix. Penetration is a measure of consistency. It quantifies the hardness or softness of bitumen by measuring the depth in tenth of a millimeter to which a standard loaded needle will penetrate vertically in 5 seconds under specific temperature, load and duration of loading. BIS had standardized the equipment and test procedure. The penetrometer consists of a needle assembly with weight of 100 grams and a device for releasing and locking in any position. The bitumen is softened to a pouring consistency, stirred thoroughly and poured into containers at a depth at least 15 mm in excess of the accepted penetration. The test should be conducted at a specific temperature of 25 Celsius. It may be noted that penetration value is largely influenced by any inaccuracy with regard to pouring temperature, size of the needle, weight placed on the needle, and the least temperature. A grade of 40/50 bitumen represents the penetration value in a range 40 to 50 at standard test conditions. Higher is the penetration of bitumen, softer is the consistency. This is one of the most widely used tests for classifying bituminous materials into different grades. The use of different grades of bitumen depends on climatic conditions and type of construction. Commonly used grades are 30/40, 60/70, and 80/100. For bituminous macadam and penetration macadam, IRC suggests bitumen grades 30 per 40, 60 per 70, 80 per 100. Generally, in warmer regions and lower penetration, prefer to avoid softening, and in colder regions, bitumen with higher penetration grades like 130 per 200 are used to prevent the occurrence and excessive brittleness. The test is not intended to estimate consistency of softer materials like cutback, which are usually graded by viscosity test. High, high penetration grade is used in spray application works.
Next, for pretest of penetration test on bitumen. So, first, for first question is to prevent occurrence of excessive brittleness in colder region. The bitumen grade used is D, 180 per 200. For lower penetration grades are preferred in C, colder region. Next, the penetration is measured for every 5 seconds. For bituminous macadam, IRC suggests bitumen grades of 80 per 100 A. And last, penetration test on bitumen is used for determining A, grade of the bitumen.
First, I am going to do a simulation on penetration test on bitumen. Objective: to determine the consistency of bitumen or the grade of the bitumen by penetration test. The apparatus used is the penetration setup, mold, needle, Bunsen burner, and water bath. Description: penetration test is the most commonly adopted test on bitumen to determine the grade of material in terms of its hardness because of its simplicity.
Penetration test on bitumen. Step 1. The bituminous material is heated in a pouring temperature and is put into the mold. Okay, this is the Bunsen burner, and put this the petri dish. Okay, and take the temperature. Take the temperature. Take the temperature. Okay. The pouring material of the bitumen material is 90 degree. Okay. Turn off. Okay. Take this and pour it into the another. Protect the sample from dust and allow it to cool in atmosphere at a temperature between 15 degrees Celsius and to 30 degrees Celsius for 1 hour. Then place it along with the transfer dish in the water bath at 25 degrees Celsius unless otherwise stated. Okay. Then put in. Okay, put in. And take it to the water bath. Okay, place the sample position just needed to the set to. Okay, take out the sample from the water bath. Okay, dah take out. And adjust the needle to touch the move the slider to adjust the needle to touch the sample. Okay. Needle is positioned with sample. Okay, this is needle. Okay. How to calculate penetration value? Final reading minus initial reading. Okay. Make at least 3 reading at point on the surface of the sample not less than 10 mm apart and not less than 10 mm from the side of the dish. Molybdenum solution. Okay, we then take out from the dish. And again, take the value. Okay, for three times. Okay, another side, same. Okay.
For step 4, observation and results, there are 3 trial. There are initial reading in millimeter, final reading in millimeter, penetration value in millimeter. For trial number 1, initial reading is 0 millimeter, final reading is 72 millimeter. Penetration value is 72 millimeter. For trial number 2, initial reading is 0 millimeter, 75 millimeter for final reading, and penetration value is 75 millimeter. For trial number 3, initial reading is 0 mm, final reading is 72 mm, and penetration value is 72 mm. The average penetration value is we can get by adding the 3 penetration value and divided it by 3. Okay, the answer is 73. Obtain penetration value suitable for road construction or not? Yes, it is suitable. According to the IRC, bitumen grades 60 to 70 are and 80 to 100 is suitable for bituminous macadam and penetration macadam. Hence, this sample of bitumen is suitable for road construction.
So for post-test of penetration test on bitumen, first, a good bitumen should have 1. Temperature susceptibility, 2. Adequate viscosity, 3. Affinity and adhesion. So D, all are correct. Next, what is test temperature of bitumen? B, 25 plus positive negative 0.1 degrees Celsius. Next, penetration needle is clean with C, benzene. Penetration test on bitumen is used for determining A, grade of the bitumen. Lastly, bitumen grades 80 per 100 indicates A, penetration value of materials in between 80 and 100.